5 weeks come and gone, and we're off in week 6 on EA Sports. Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Spears. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That throw finds Pickens. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. They already got the stop and the turnover on down, so they're just going to decline this penalty. Fourth down, drive on the line with this snap. They're going for this. And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. He's on the move. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. That one's complete, right side. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, and hit him to alter that last-second attempt.
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. On the move, headed right. Okonkwo brings it in. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Allen, the motion man left. 2nd and 10 now. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Okay, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. It's tipped away. It's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Connects on the crosser. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Finds him over the middle. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. Give him 6 on the pickup, and that... Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
Smith on fourth down. He finds him beyond the marker. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
He's so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, Smith to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. Big gain downfield. And in for the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. They've got first down from the 31. Airing it out to start this drive. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home on that side.
They pick up a single yard, still well behind the 6 for this third down. Throwing from the gun here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's their rookie from Notre Dame. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air. It's Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And they get this down to the 44 before... 13 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They've got first down from the 31. And again, it's Smith. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders with a chance to add to their lead. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Returns looking good so far. Past midfield, and he's got space. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's caught. Keenan Allen. And they get this down to the 28. 16 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a first down. They'll throw it. Pass is caught at the 9. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. First down from the red zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
He puts everything behind this one. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. That's Julian Blackmon. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Escapes the pocket. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. Throwing now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Slot man motioned over. Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his right. Completed here to Pickens. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Tennessee calling its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. The Titans call their 3rd and final timeout. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They are throwing it again. And he's got it! Had to lay out for it, but touchdown! The Titans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Tyjae Spears touchdown. Cardi with the extra point. And the Titans get it back to a 14-point game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He's looking deep once again. He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Chased out to his right. He stays up. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half. I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
2nd and 10 now. This ball's cut by Spears. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Motioning one of the tight ends. A gift to Spears, running right. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Looking to the air here. Completed here to Spears. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans start the second half with some needed points. It's a Tyjae Spears touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Titans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He goes out of bounds on the return. And he steps out of the end zone, so they're going to start this drive at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. Big gain downfield. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders take a 13-point lead. Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up 2nd down. They're throwing it. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Throw reeled in by Allen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
That's grabbed at the 10. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. This one returned for 11 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Brought in inside the 20. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders make it a 3-possession game. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Oh, he eats a hit to bring it into that return right near the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Flush down now to his left. And he won't connect on that one. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Connection made to Shakir. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And it's going to be 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. Oh, no. They get him yet again. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
So the defense scores, and now their offense coming out for 2 more.
The Titans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick-6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Smith coming off that pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to to drop him. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. And he'll get it up to the 44. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Tight end going in motion here. They go play action. Here's Smith. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
Another throw here on second down. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down, Smith to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. Got a man. It's Mayer. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. A very...
That's the end of the third quarter.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up third down.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he can't make the hook up on the deep ball. That's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw, Smith. He finds him beyond the marker. What a play on 4th down. They get the first after a gain of 27.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
From the red zone now. Flushed out of the pocket. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Tarvarius Ward picks it off. And the Titans have some new life in the 4th.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. You got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This ball's caught by Spears. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Pickup of 2 here. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Throwing from the gun here. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And this one does not go far. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Here's a throw. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn has got it. And the Raiders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up
They send the tight end in motion. Trying again following the sack. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. He sends this one to the end zone. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders make it a 3-score game in the 4th. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. Space on the right. He's got room. Still going strong at the 30. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans get it back to within 2 possessions. Once again, the Titans bypassing a kick, electing to go for 2.
The Titans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Getting right back to it after that interception. And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown. Oh, what an effort to bring in that short throw.
That makes the score Raiders 50, Titans 26.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Got a man, Spears has it.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Allen on the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. They'll throw it again. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. He'll throw it yet again. Trying to push it deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
That's caught for the first. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Titans will have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped it.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
Got for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
He lets a heater go. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Raiders winners, as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.
Broski, yummy. I just touched down play, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow.